Welcome back to the quarterfinals. So here we're playing against the same opponent like in the round 7. Again, the blue-white red splash unblockable aura deck. So here I don't really like the hand because it has too few action and 5 mana sources. So basically not that really good to have. And here I think it's a much better hand. We don't need the second natural order. So we put one of them in the bottom. And the Boseiju is also maybe a good way to get rid of one of the auras. Assuming we are drawing additional mana sources here again. Then they play the Esper Sentinel. And here we have, strange situation I would say. So I didn't see any of Dazes in the previous games. And here he got me with the Daze, a bit like. So here the mana denial that really came up. So I didn't want it to draw a card. So here I thought I'm able to Queen Sun Zenith for 1 to either get the Reclaimer or the Wirewood Symbiote. The Quirn Ranger. So here I played it and I paid the tax. Suddenly they showed me Daze, which I didn't see earlier. So here was very unfortunate for me, especially because I had the Shepherd in hand, and then they made use of the card Daze. And here, a similar situation. So here now I played the Once Upon a Time to find creatures or lands. Here they played Brainstorm. And here again, so here they have Force of Negation, pitching True Nemesis. They made use of their counterspell again. Probably, was bad for me to play into the Esper Sentinel like the way I played in this game. So probably should have let them draw a card only when they are tapped out. And then I could have played Elizabeth Shepherd and Zenith for 1, for example. So here a bit strange or annoying that they had the way to make use of their counterspells. Regardless, I had the Shepherd, and usually that should be very useless for them. Here, now they have the lifelink aura, so and drawing multiple cards a turn. So here should probably be better to keep the creatures back, but they have the removal anyway. And here now I have uncounterable natural order, and I'm able to get either Christ or Archon of Valor's Reach. And I decided to get the Archon of Valor's Reach, but naming instant. So with instants they are not able to brainstorm anymore. They are not able to force the blowshares anymore. Now here they have the lifelink aura again for the Invisible Stalker, and also got the Prismatic Ending. So I wasn't able to get the Cradle with the Elvish Reclaimer here. Now they're drawing 2 cards extra per turn and get the lifelink. So so much unfortunate things in this game, I would say. So here I have also the situation where I could have top decked the GS Cradle from the top to just get value out of the Shepherd, but it was unfortunately a turn too late. and didn't had the way to beat these unbeatable creatures. Yeah, so annoying that the Archon of Valor's Reach wasn't relevant here. Probably not relevant. Maybe they had a couple of cards, but they had more other cards which they could need and create advantage of. And also the case that two spells were countered from me, despite having the Shepherd here. So yeah, very unfortunate, I would say, to lose that game, but probably should have other options to play around the counters, but didn't really expect Daze out of this deck, and I didn't really saw that in the earlier games. So here we have Progenitus in hand, so I don't want to keep this hand. It's not that strong anyway, so we have multiple Once Upon a Times here, so it's basically a mulligan to 5 anyway. And here we had the Brandon Forge Tender additionally to the deck now, because we saw End of Festivities in game 3, no, in game 2 last match, and but I didn't want to keep it in the opening hand, so yeah, probably was a mistake to. Maybe I should have bottomed this. I would semi it by that. And here we get the Allosaurus Shepherd. Here now we just play the Shepherd and we can keep the Queen Sun Zenith for next turn. And now here I don't have really a good place with the Queen Sun Zenith. I didn't want to get the Artisan to play into cards like Anti-Festivities. And here they also have Anti-Festivities. Now they have the Aura, and I'm able to use Boseiju and create a 2-for-1 by that, at least handling their creature. But the End Festivities was fortunate enough, I would say. And here I have two options, either the Visionary or Artisan. But as I have Chris in hand, I thought that I wanted to draw more cards. Now here I want to draw even more cards, and then I play Artisan, which gets hardcast counter of a Force of Will. Now I have very good board state and they have nothing. Then they have the second End of Festivities and Truenim misses. And Truenim is very good at holding my creatures back. So I don't have a good way to attack here. Then I create additional advantage by Christ. And then they handle the Christ. And with the unblockable creatures, and then they have the second true name which holds my team back. And here they cast multiple cantrips without having any card in the hand. So here they attack with all the creatures and I prevent them from drawing more cards. And I keep the card on top, which means that they have a very good card on the top of their deck. And then here the second cradle is a blank again. And so here I decided to play the Masked Vandal, because they have two unblockable creatures anyway, and by the Masked Vandal I would have been able to cast Green Sun Zenith for exactly 8 if I drew that. But unfortunately, it was not the case. And here, yeah, the main problem probably in the beginning was the Brandon Forge Tender. But they could be probably would be able to sort the Plowshares, the Forge Tender anyway. But yeah, the two end of festivities was very strong for the opponent, and yeah, had very weak draws in the quarterfinal overall. I was not able to get any big advantage and put them under much pressure. And they had a very good matching hand, especially for the cards I had and I played. So unfortunate to lose against this deck, but seems that they were very good prepared for the matchup with a lot of spot removal, prismatic ending and swords, and at least 2 of the end of festivities in the sideboard. So yeah, I'm thinking that the deck is very strong. So also the White Splash adds a lot of strength to the deck, because we are able to punish the red decks even more with the addition of the Brandon Forge Tender. So we are very good protected from opposing Furies, and it's very difficult to play against Brandon Forge Tender from their perspective. And also Swords to Plowshares gives the deck a good way to handle with problematic permanents like Opposition Agent or sometimes Black Engineer. So yeah, I think that the White Splash is really worth it, and if you are struggling with the Delver matchup or want to improve the Delver matchup by a lot, then I would also suggest to change to the White Splash and remove the discard spells from the sideboard. And there's also even a chance that we could change the deck to that we replace the Defeating Silence and the Mindbreak Traps with 4 Thoughtseize to be prepared for the A plus B combo decks, but I think that it loses a bit of strength because we are not that likely to find the Bayou on the sideboard games, and especially in the combo matchups, you need to have turn 1 access to the black mana, and not really sure if the chances are high enough to do that by only playing the 1 Bayou. But we need to have access to the 2 white mana for the Swords to Plowshares anyway, especially against Delver or DNT, where Wasteland is involved in the game. So yeah, maybe also the Thoughtseize helps a bit against the control decks, if you're playing against Jeskai control, for example, to have discards. But at the moment I'm thinking that this version is also very strong, and it didn't have the big problem with the opponent's combo decks anyway. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video again, and I would like to get some feedback of you and also some hints for improvement. And yeah, see you next time. Have a nice day.